This outdoor cat has decided to come live in my house. So of course, he needs a door. And let's make it extra cute. Bonjour! As a fantasy nerd, Lord of the Rings is what started my obsession with this genre, like a lot of people, I'm guessing. So I'm always looking for an excuse to make something Lord of the Rings inspired. So this guy, come. This is not my cat. He just showed up one day and now he's just living here all of the time, rent-free. I am so weak with cats. If 10 cats showed up at my door tomorrow, I mean, what can I do? And I love him so much. But sometimes he can be an annoying little goblin, especially if a door is closed. So let's make him a little door. Let's go to the workshop. And also there is this big announcement. There is this event, an official Lord of the Rings experience, to go live for 5 days as a hobbit. And they want me as guest. It's called the Brandywine Festival. It's happening in the US in the fall, and it's launching through a Kickstarter starting today. I don't know how many tickets will be left when you watch this, but I really would like to go. I'm going on an adventure! Maybe. So what better way to announce it on this channel than to do a Hobbit project? Probably my cutest project ever. Okay, so let's get to work. So this is what I'm working with. A vintage looking door that's actually from the 80s, but it is heavy. Thick hardwood, thick glass. I'm not a fan of the glass, but I'll change it another time. Maybe I can learn to do stained glass? Okay, now focus. So, in the winter we have the fireplace to heat the house, and His Majesty here is not happy with closed doors. So I constantly have to open it for him. You're welcome. Anyways, let's make a cat door. Okay, it's freezing, so let's get this over with fast. This is the side of the corridor. Yes, I think I'm just going to make a hole and the door should open. Corridor is like this, so the door should open. You would see the outside from this side. So that means the door will open on this side.
Those doors open like this. Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. Is this a good size for a cat door? What is the size of the cat? Did I struggle cutting this hole? Well, you tell me. Look at the thickness of this door. Those edges are really bad, but I think I'm gonna use the Dremel to smooth them out a little bit. Yes, I'm wearing my claquette de sécurité. My Dremel has been dying for 5 years, but I think it's gone. I need to find another solution now, but you can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you. That is good enough. I'm gonna sculpt around it anyway. But now we need a little door. Do I have something usable in the wood? This. No, too small. I think I can use this. They are not super strong, but they will be easy to work with, and I don't need a super sturdy door anyways. Okay, that was actually too bad of a material. It's okay, I have options. This leftover piece of flooring should be fine. Yeah. This works. Now a hinge. Does it work? Yes. Does it look good? No. But we are going to fix that. That means going back inside.
A few moments later.
It took me almost 15 minutes just to get the door here. This is heavy. And it's raining. I need to clean this place up and maybe a hot chocolate. And then we start sculpting.
One hot chocolate later.
I was very sad on my last project to have forgotten to buy any clay, so I'm gonna make it up right now. I bought 2 packs, I think it cost me like €8 total. This will be more than enough for the whole project. I'm just starting up to fill the places where I did mess up the wood a little bit too much. Some very important research. Since the door is functional and having a handle is obviously necessary, I'm adding a little screw, so even if I use it as a handle and sculpt around it, it will still have some strength. Let's add a thin layer all over the door and it will be used to sculpt some planks. The whole thing is organic looking, so if it's not perfect, it's fine. No one is perfect. Okay, before I continue, I need this to dry. This is the outside of the hobbit door, which will be visible from the outside of this big door. And I want to make sure that the fit is nice when I close it, so this needs to dry before I can work on this edge to lock the door closed. See you tomorrow! Okay, this is all dry, so I can close it. I just need to build something here to keep the door from going all the way through. Without this, it goes too far. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? T'as ouvert la porte encore. I'm going to use this little metal piece. This is left from my previous video, if you remember. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. After you finish this video, of course. But this is super thin and I can cut it with my scissors. And since it's metal and not cardboard, it won't be affected by the water and the clay. And also it does this. Very important. This will act as a door stopper with this metal core that will be fortifying the clay, just like the little screw for the handle. I tried to attach it with staples, but nope. So, nails. That is not going to move. This side of the door will be the simplest one. I'm just doing a wooden beam all around it with the same rustic wood effect that is pretty easy to achieve with clay. And also very relaxing to make. Organic shapes are so nice to do. Perfectly fitting for a hobbit in the Shire. By the way, the event in autumn is called the Brandywine Festival. It is going to be a LARP, celebrating the rich culture of Middle-earth, and it is fully hobbit themed. Every player is gonna be a hobbit. It is going to be very festive, there is no combat or anything. It is just going to be storytelling, music, feasts, and adventure. It is going to happen in Kentucky, and if all goes well and it can happen, I will be an integral part of it. They need to have at least 300 players to make it happen, and I am actually a stretch goal reward if they get 500 players. It's the Borgschneider company. If you haven't seen my video about this huge LARP in Germany, I have zero doubt that the organization is going to be on point. It's only like 1,800 players maximum, so I mean, I don't want to be cliché, but the Germans, they are very good with logistics. Anyways, I'm putting the link for the Kickstarter in the description. Check it out if you want to join us. Okay, let's turn the door and work on the other side. I fill the space behind the metal thing, do a rough sketch of what I want. I want to add a little tree that would be more organic and more cute. I want to add little bricks all over the door. I've seen that on a few of the illustrations and I think it looks so cute. And And it's basically a lot of little rectangles. They don't need to be perfect as well. I'm still making a rough template behind the glass to help with having some consistency in the size of the brick, and it makes it faster, but it is very meditating as well. And also I forgot to mention that I'm adding a layer of glue everywhere I'm putting clay. This is just simple wood glue, hopefully it will help the clay not fall off from the door. On the front of the door there is a little road thing, and I think I'm gonna make it out of rocks, not actual rocks, but looking like rocks. And I was thinking, how do I make a rock look realistic? And if I just damage them a little... Voilà. Rock. I'm so excited about the idea of going to this event. I don't even know if it's going to actually happen. Enough people will be interested to go. In my mind, I think a ton of people would be, because I would be so excited. But we'll see with the result of the Kickstarter campaign if there are enough tickets sold and if the situation allows for traveling. But I don't know till months from now. I mean, fantasy worlds have always been an escape, and this time you can be able to live in one, at least for a little while. I think it's not just a nerd thing. Also, in terms of LARP, it's gonna be very chill and very friendly, very easy for beginners. Like, you don't have to have done LARP before. Texture? Okay, I think I'm done with the road and I want to add a big tree over there. I'm starting with the tree. I know it looks like a sausage. Second pack. It's not the same one, but hopefully it works the same. Adding a little bit more rock texture using this piece of aluminum foil. Is it from a piece of chocolate that I just ate? Who knows? It is. And maybe just a little bit on the bricks. Okay, I'm just excited about it, so I'm gonna add it to the tree as well. So I'm calling the sculpting done, I think. I'm really happy with what it looks like. If I do a good job with the paint, it should look really, really nice. So let's clean this up, and I think I'm gonna add a few layers of wood glue. Even though this door is super sturdy, there's not much vibration when we use it. I've never used that clay, so I don't know how breakable it is. So just to be safe, I'm gonna add 2, 3, 4 layers of hot glue. Not hot glue, wood glue. Well, before that, we can maybe just add a little doorknob on the door so I can close it from the outside. To make it sturdier, I think I'm gonna use some plastic object, not sculpt it. Let's find it. Petite perle. Oh, une grosse perle. This is nice. Tu viens voir comment avance le travail? Voilà, c'est pour toi. T'es content? T'en fous. This is 2 layers, it's almost dry. I think I'm gonna add 1 more before I go to bed. And tomorrow I can paint it! It is getting harder to know where I added the transparent layer and where I did not, so I'm going to add a little bit of paint in my glue. That way I can make sure I didn't miss a spot. And also it kind of matches the door. Maybe. We'll see. Nutella. Forbidden Nutella. Okay, so it kind of looks like Pope, but tomorrow with the paint, I'm sure it will be awesome. Ah non.